All over the world, millions of species clash in nature's savage battle of survival. On land, in the sea, and in the air, all are locked in deadly conflict. Animals fight tooth and claw to win food, territory, and rights to the bloodline. From the African plains to the beaches of California, there are no rules. This is Animal Fight Night. A female cheetah is on the lookout for the next family meal on the Serengeti. The plains are packed with all manner of prey, and she has a taste for gazelle. But she has to consider her chances. In a single chase, Mom will burn as many calories as there are in a large pepperoni pizza in as little as 20 seconds. If she can't catch the gazelle, that's wasted energy. If she can catch it, she still has to bring it down and risk serious injury. She spots a Thompson's gazelle. The chase is on. And the cheetah becomes a mammal missile. 0 to 60 miles per hour in 3 seconds. Faster acceleration than a Mustang GT. At top speed, she's clearing 26 feet per stride and 91 feet a second. Suddenly, Mom sees a much bigger Grant's gazelle and takes a gamble. She just needs to pull it down and nail the killer bite. But this gazelle bucks the rules of Cheetah Fight Club. It's not coming quietly. The gazelle is more than twice her weight. So the cubs try to help. They can't let the prize escape. But it still won't go down. And in a split second, the gazelle turns the tables. He quickly shifts his head, putting the cheetah directly in the firing line of his deadly weapons. 30-inch horns. Mom tries to stay between the deadly spikes. As the powerful gazelle rams her into the dirt. But then, disaster. The gazelle's spear-like horn skewers her torso. It punctures hide and muscle, deep into an area packed with vital organs, stomach, liver, and bladder. The gazelle's defensive weapons save him. But the big cat is badly gored. And a cheetah that can't sprint after prey is as good as dead. The brutal battle slaps a death sentence on this feline family. Without their mother to protect them, these two cubs will go from running with the hunter to running as the hunted. Living on the African plains is a constant knife-edge battle. And even the biggest, most fearsome animals can suddenly find themselves in a sticky situation. A rhino is built like a tank. If one of these guys decides it's fight time, 3,000 pounds of armor-clad killing machine, tipped with 4-foot horns, will end up in your face. Usually the only animal tough enough to take a rhino on is another rhino. But today, this brute is his own worst enemy. Getting into this water hole was easy. It's hauling his 3,000-pound bulk out that's the problem. That's the same weight as a speedboat. Rhinos stay within a 3-mile radius of water. They can't sweat through their inch-thick hide, so they roll in mud to keep cool. Trouble is, this rhino is out of his depth. Unless he gets out, he could die of exhaustion or drowning. Or worse, turn into cat food for these young lions. They'd never attack a healthy, full-grown rhino in the open. But this one is serving himself up on a platter. Is this their lucky day? The lion's tail flicking is a giveaway of a conflicted mind. This rhino may be stuck, but he could still do some serious damage. The best plan would be to wait. But the boy's impatience inadvertently pushes the rhino toward the exit. And now, he's out. These guys are the big cat equivalent of the Three Stooges. But the runaway rhino isn't laughing. Their plan for an easy meal has spectacularly backfired. But instead of giving up a fight no adult lion would continue, the dumbest of them gives it one last try. These Three Stooges are learning that if a situation looks too good to be true, it probably is. Especially when a rhino's involved. Zambia. The Luangwa River. Home to one of nature's most ancient and efficient killing machines. The Nile crocodile. Combining size, aggression, and explosive power. But today, this croc Casanova is in the mood for love, not war. But these females are already taken. The gang boss in this crocodile crew is sunning himself at the back of the beach. And he's a behemoth. 20 feet long, the length of a pickup truck, and weighing a colossal 1 ton. His size says that he's near 40 years old and could live past 80. Everything on this stretch of riverbank belongs to him, and he will show no mercy in defending it. This young male tried to steal food from the boss and paid the price for his mistake. He inflicted this brutal injury by clamping down on the smaller croc's upper jaw, his huge teeth severing flesh and snapping through bone before wrenching it clean off. In another animal, it would be a fatal wound. But crocs have an immune system 10 times as effective as a human, with antibodies powerful enough to literally explode bacteria and heal even the most gruesome battlefield injuries. This guy is now at the back of the leftovers line. Around here, the best food and the girls belong to the one-ton boss. But our Casanova croc didn't read the memo. He makes his move on one of the females. Has he got the chops to take on the boss? A Casanova Nile crocodile makes a move on one of the boss's girls. But he's been seen. And the boss croc moves too. He punctures his love rival with teeth 4 inches long and shakes him like a rag doll. He then launches into a croc killer trademark, the death roll. With massive jaws locked onto his opponent, the boss spins his entire body. The roll generates monstrous force, like a bear trap with a 600-pound weight tied to it, wrenching on the smaller croc's side. It turns his flesh into mincemeat. And the boss croc isn't finished. He crushes Casanova's skull with a megabite, applying 4,000 pounds of pressure, strong enough to crush a mid-sized family car. It's all over quickly for Casanova. He doesn't even escape with a warning. Instead, he's food for the river's cannibal crocs. It's not just the predators that have deadly battles. At the right time of year, even usually placid animals fall into fighting frenzies. The Ngorongoro Crater, a buzzing metropolis where tens of thousands of animals live side by side. But 2 of its blue wildebeest citizens are locked in brutal combat. 2 bulls fired up with testosterone. The winner of this deadly duel gets to breed with the herd of 16 females. The loser risks being skewered to death with 2.5-foot-long hooked horns, strong enough to withstand a hammer blow. With just a 3-week breeding season each year, battles between bulls are fierce. The Romeos use a maneuver known as twist fighting, turning their heads to protect their necks from a fatal stabbing. Another favorite combat move means getting down and dirty. Wildebeest fight on their knees to hunker down and steady themselves for maximum headbutt power. The bull on the left tries to stand his ground. Trouble is, the bull on the right has neck muscles powerful enough to throw his rival into the air. The would-be baby daddy is lucky to escape a stabbing as he falls back to earth. The stronger bull has another trick that could be a game changer. a lethal leg hook. Out on the savannah, a broken leg can be as fatal as any stab wound. If a wildebeest can't run, he's as good as cat food. Fired up with testosterone, he manages to free his foot and wants to fight on. But the sheer power of his rival means he hasn't got a leg to stand on. It'll be some time yet before he gets his foot in the door with the ladies of the plains. Walking away after a fight isn't always an option. On the African savannah, many battles only end one way, with a death. But who lives and who dies is never clear-cut. A bloody battle is raging, and it's not going according to plan. An old starving lion, days away from death row, takes on more buffalo than he bargained for. The cow is more than twice his weight. Cape buffalo can be hugely aggressive and have been known to kill humans. However, they're a favorite prey for lions. But only when the big cats work as a hunting team. This lion has no pride to fall back on. And the fired-up female is using her deadly weapons. 3-foot-long horns, aiming brutal uppercuts at the withered cat's chest. But the lion still has some fight in him. His lethal 1.5-inch claws going for an eye gouge. But the effort nearly cements his death sentence. With the lion down, 1,000 pounds of prime beef is escaping. The lion kicks into gear and launches a do-or-die attack. A starving lion attempts a last gasp attack on a bloody buffalo. But it backfires. Big time. He lands directly on top of the buffalo's bayonet-like horns. And she tries to put him to the sword. Beaten and bloodied, the lion clings on for dear life. As the buffalo's horns threaten to rip him open. But even a starving lion weighs hundreds of pounds. The buffalo is exhausted. The death row lion may still get a last meal. But a savage smackdown from another herd member guarantees that this time, the lion stays down. The battles between mighty beasts are spectacular, but the smallest creatures can be the most brutal. The Japanese giant hornet is one of the world's most venomous insects. Every year, it kills up to 40 people in Japan alone. At 1.5 inches long, it's also the world's biggest hornet, a deadly drone sent out on ruthless attack missions. This female is hunting fresh meat to feed the ravenous royal offspring of the hornet queen. But the toxic killing machine is about to buzz into the fight of her life with a drone-destroying assassin, a female giant Asian mantis. Only one of them will leave in one piece. The mantis attacks first. Legs like spears that can pierce prey in 1/7 of a second. Strong enough to trap mammals as big as mice. With flesh-tearing spines along each edge to hold the victim firm. But the deadly drone prevents a fatal stabbing by biting the assassin's arm. The mantis twists the hornet into a headlock, using her greater size to dominate the fight. But the hornet wriggles free and moves to use her assassin-slaying stinger. Her venom is stored in a sac inside the abdomen, ready to be pumped through the tube of her stinger like a hypodermic needle to the flesh-piercing tip. The venom is strong enough to dissolve human flesh. The hornet fights to get into a good position. If she can't use her sting, the mantis could overpower her and eat her alive. The mantis's lethal spear is poised to strike, but a sudden burst of speed puts the hornet in the perfect place to bury her sting into the assassin's side. The venom slowly paralyzes her attacker. The drone has a gruesome victory ritual. She chews off the assassin's head first. Then dismembers the mantis limb by limb. The drone takes the choicest parts back to the hive to be devoured by her siblings and the drone commander, the queen. The South China Sea and the deadly world of animal duels is going to a whole other level. White-bellied sea eagles soar over ranges of more than 39 square miles around their nest, patrolling for intruders and searching for food. With a wingspan of almost 7 feet, but weighing just a featherweight 9 pounds, this Top Gun is designed for high-speed air attacks. Anything close to the surface is fair game. Today, this mom scans the sea for a deadly delicacy: sea snake. There are over 50 species of sea snake. Many of them are highly venomous, with a neurotoxin that attacks nerve cells and paralyzes the respiratory system of its victims. As deadly as a black mamba. They spend most of their lives below the surface, searching for food. But they need to come up for air. And that's when the sea eagle's high-speed power dive locks on to her lunch. Sea eagle feet are adapted to grip slippery prey like sea snakes. Her 6-inch talons lock in place with ultra-strong tendons and give her a crushing grip. Able to carry prey half its body weight in flight. Even with this armory, she risks being bitten. But Mom hunts and kills snakes for good reason. The meat is high in protein and nutrients. It's the perfect food for her growing eaglets. A 1-pound serpent is enough to keep her chicks fed for about 2 hours. But when the meat is gone, Mom must risk her life again. She spots another snake at the surface. But this time, she makes a mistake, which could prove fatal. She's grabbed the tail. Leaving the snake's business end free to launch an attack. The serpent has enough venom to kill 6 men. And a sea eagle within hours. A white-bellied sea eagle makes a potentially fatal mistake by grabbing a highly venomous sea snake by the tail, leaving its deadly fangs free. When a sea eagle chows down on a sea snake, its stomach acids can safely break down the toxins. But a direct hit is a different matter. The serpent nails its target, but it needs a split second more to inject its venom. The sea eagle has talented talons. She dislodges the snake and adjusts her grip before the deadly poison is administered. So it's white-bellied sea eagle 2, sea snake 0. But another mistake like today, and this high-flying mother could find herself at the bottom of the ocean. Anything goes in the world of Animal Fight Night. But there are some creatures whose clashes follow a strict set of rules. Meet the boxer shrimp. He may be only 2 inches long, but he packs a heavy punch. He's the marine world's miniature Muhammad Ali, with an unusual way of disarming his opponents. This Australian coral reef is home to thousands of boxer shrimps. Mating partners live in tiny cracks and caves, and competition for real estate is fierce. This male is on guard duty. So when a colorful contender turns up to steal his rocky home, a showdown is inevitable. Just like in a human boxing match, there's a build-up. The challengers check out their opponent. They square up. Resident red and white champ on the left versus the little red and white hope on the right. They feel each other's size with probing antennae. With the formalities done, the fight is on. Round one. They throw lightning jabs and grapple in a test of strength. But there is no round two. They may be close in size, but the contender is out of his depth. Sensing defeat, he does something mind-blowing. He detaches his own arm. The champ has him on the ropes. The intruder's claw held tight. So the only way he can escape is to give up his arm, leaving it there with the king of the ring. With the contenders successfully dispatched, the victor wins a Grizzly Championship belt to decorate his trophy cabinet. The intruder may have lost this round, but his arm will grow back. And with a bit more practice, one day he could be the Rocky of the ocean floor. This is one of nature's most lethal weapons, and it belongs to this scorpion. A real driller killer. Like all scorpions, it has a venomous sting. And it uses this deadly weapon to paralyze prey. Because this scorpion likes its dinner so fresh, it's still breathing. But the driller killer isn't the only hunter on the prowl. A rampaging mammal is also looking for its next meal. The desert shrew, a real American psycho. He has the heart rate of 800 beats a minute, driving his ultra-fast metabolism. 12 times faster than a human, living on a calorific knife edge. The shrew burns so much energy, if he misses one meal, it drops dead. He must eat every 3 hours or die. So you really don't want to be around this guy when he's hungry. Two stone-cold killers are on a collision course, but only one of them will get out alive. An American psycho shrew runs head-on into a driller-killer scorpion. The shrew has an immediate disadvantage. His eyesight is so bad, he can barely see his opponent. And the driller killer has some deadly equipment. An external skeleton made up of segmented plates like a gladiator's armor means that during a fight, the scorpion can twist and turn like an acrobat. Around 40 muscles propel his venom-tipped stinger forward in a split second. But the shrew has lightning-fast reflexes, and amazingly uses echolocation like a bat to transmit and receive sound waves to pinpoint his opponent. The driller killer throws everything it has at the shrew. But the American psycho is just too quick. His ultra-fast heart rate and echolocation allows him to dodge the killer stinger and land bite after bite on the scorpion with pincer-like front teeth, designed for catching and chewing prey. He's the perfect serial killer. The scorpion is exhausted. Like his defeated enemy, the psycho shrew also likes to eat his opponents alive. This time, the driller killer gets the horror movie ending. Whether in the dark undergrowth of the desert or in the mighty volcanoes of the Galapagos, no fight is more epic than the battle between two mothers. Galapagos land iguanas have a short fuse. Doesn't take much to set one off. They'll fight rather than share the same space. Especially when it's a full-grown female protecting her babies. This mom-to-be is on a mission. She's heading to the rim of an active volcano to lay her eggs in the loose, warm ash. A real-life mother of dragons. It takes 10 days to climb 4,800 feet up the searing, slippery sides. That's the human equivalent of running 6.5 marathons back to back. To make things worse, she's carrying heavy protection. Thick, scaly skin, like full body armor. But when she finally reaches the summit, all the nest sites are taken. The mother of dragons' only chance is to muscle in on a crib already belonging to another mom and risk a fight to the death. She decides on a nest, but the rightful owner is home. And isn't intimidated. Her head nodding is iguana speak for, I see you, and I sure don't like what I see. The mother of dragons attacks first. Revealing 100 razor-sharp teeth, all searching for her opponent's throat muscles. Rip those out, and the nest is hers. A real-life mother of dragons tries to steal an occupied nesting site. But the crib's original owner isn't giving up her claim. If she loses, the intruder will banish her eggs from the nest, and they'll die. The stakes are high on both sides. The mother of dragons carries at least 2 eggs. By fighting, she's risking her babies' lives. Less than 10% of baby iguanas reach maturity, so everyone is precious. Suddenly, the fired-up dragons cool off. Reptiles are highly susceptible to toxic buildups of lactic acid, forcing them to stop. The combined strain of the monster climb and a full-on war seems to get the better of the mother of dragons. The rightful nest owner seizes her chance and forces the intruder mom away. A vigorous head nod says, "This throne is mine." She's protected her eggs and her bloodline. The mother of dragons lost this war, but if her babies are to survive, she'll have to fight again. A volcano is a fitting location for a furious face-off. But epic animal fights happen every day, much closer to home. The beaches of California are packed with some heavyweight champions of animal fight night. Northern elephant seals. Testosterone-packed bulls spoil for a fight. The Beachmaster, Big Daddy, is guarding his girls. He's 13 feet long and weighs almost 2 tons, the same as the average American car. But even that doesn't stop the other playboys from trying to dethrone him. Male elephant seals mate from 8 years of age, but only have a lifespan of 14. So they grab their chance with both flippers. And at peak season, Big Daddy will face 50 challenges a day on average. His newest opponent makes his move. Big Daddy begins with some good old-fashioned trash talk. Their trunk-like inflatable snout can grow up to 2 feet long to amplify snorts, telling rival males up to 7 miles away to stay off his territory. But the young punk snorts back. He's up for the fight. And Big Daddy is happy to oblige. Elephant seal fights are spectacular and brutal. As well as using their massive bulk, they have 4 flesh-piercing canines that can tear entire chunks out of an opponent. Over the years, the skin on the male seal's chest, neck, and shoulders becomes tougher, the result of countless fights. But it doesn't stop the battle from turning into a bloody mess. Has the mighty Beachmaster finally met his match? Only one will claim victory. But who will it be? It seems that Big Daddy has still got the moves. He's overpowered this challenger, and the young punk will have to fulfill his California dream somewhere else. The first challenge of the morning is done. But there are still many fights ahead for this bulldozing Beachmaster.